Orange and Blue Sports Network, the official broadcast provider of Florida Gators club hockey. All season long, OBSN will have you covered both on and off the ice. This is Swamp Slapshot with Jamie Goldman and Rob Russo on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome into Swamp Slapshot, the first edition of a Florida Gators club hockey podcast. I'm Jamie Goldman. I'm here with Rob Russo and our player, Jacob Horwitz. He's a defenseman. He's number 44. Jacob, how you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course, we're really excited for you guys this season. You know, you guys are coming off, you could say, the best season in Florida Gators hockey history. You guys won the D2 National Championship. You guys won the SECs after that. Kind of just tell me a little bit about, you know, the growth of the club and, like, in your time here, you're going into your senior year. You've spent a couple years playing for this team. Just kind of tell me about how the team has kind of grown and, you know, now you've won a national championship and just, you know.
We have grown so much since my freshman year. I remember my freshman year, we didn't even have set practice times. Now we have practice jerseys. Like, it's crazy. We now have a home rink in Jax, which is finally done because it was renovating during my freshman year. And yeah, just the talent just keeps getting better and better. And I'm surprised I still have a position on the team, to be honest. But yeah, it's been amazing to watch, and I've loved every season so far.
So it's like now you guys have a consistent home base in Jacksonville.
Yep.
Where you guys were kind of bouncing around your first couple of years?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that's nice. Kind of keep it consistent.
Thank God. It's much easier, much closer.
Yeah. And do you guys have the same coaching staff? You're still Frank and Frank?
Frank, and Mike, yes.
Frank.
They were hired last year.
Okay. Well, they obviously did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
You know, winning the national championship in D2. And then, so now this season, you know, you guys are moving into D1, more of a challenge. So What was, like, the thought process kind of behind that? Like, has that been brewing for a few years? Was it just because you won the national championship? Like, what made you guys kind of make that jump?
It started to brew at the start of last season. We're like, it's possible that it's going to happen. And then we just became super successful that season. And the league was like, you're moving up. I don't care what you think. So we were ready to go.
So you guys really didn't even get the choice, like. We
had the choice and wanted to stay at 2 because, I don't know, we wanted to just like have some fun and not have this huge time commitment and go to games and football games and all that. But then we were just too talented and
too good.
Suffering from success, really.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you know, there's worse problems to have in the world.
Exactly.
So you're moving up to the D1 level, so you know you're going up against some steeper competition, right?
Yes.
You're bringing back a lot of guys from last year from this group that won the national championship, but you're also bringing in some new guys, some new talent from some different programs, as well as some club programs as well, some freshmen. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, our tryouts were last week. I think we had like 90-something guys try out. It was crazy. The most probably in Gators hockey history. And we have 4 or 5 new guys, and they're all really, really good at hockey.
There you go. Got some guys from, I saw the New Jersey Rockets. I mean, that's a team that's close to me in New York City. I know a few guys that are on that team playing some club and some D1, D2 hockey all around the Northeast area. So that's really cool to see. Some new defensemen, some new forwards, and then as we said, you know, bringing back a lot of that group from last year.
Yeah.
So how important is that chemistry? You know, keeping that going, keeping that kind of core group together that won that team, especially when you're going from D2 to D1. Now you're facing that shift, right? So how important is the chemistry there?
Yeah, it's super important, and thankfully we've had a lot of kids younger than seniors. Like there's only 2 seniors right now. It's me and Burke.
Oh, wow. So you guys have
we're mostly juniors.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic because they've just been with the program and just getting super comfortable. And then the freshmen, they're going to realize the kind of culture we have, and we like to say we're bought in. Like we want to buy in.
There you go.
I loved you guys buy in last year. Like even like obviously I wasn't in the locker room, but like you could see from the stands, like calling the games, like the cohesiveness on the team. You guys all loved each other. Like it seemed like you guys were really a family. You guys had a lot of fun together. So let's kind of move into like your season this year. You know, you're starting up this weekend against Embry-Riddle on the road in that tough environment in Daytona. They don't have a football team at their school.
No.
A lot of people say that their hockey team is their football team. So what is it like kind of playing in an environment like Daytona, especially on opening night?
It seriously is one of the best environments ever. It is frightening. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like the roughest team we'll play all year, and it's just go in, let's do our job, and leave.
So what's the mindset going into a game like that where it's kind of like the crowd's against you guys?
Well, we're hoping it's not the mindset of, hey, we're now D1, like we're gonna steamroll this team. Like no, like we've lost the last 2 years against this team, and we're not making it a third.
Yeah, so I saw
That's
you guys split with them last year, so
Yeah.
you guys got to take care of business this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a tough game, the first game, and then the second game we did far better.
Yeah, no, I saw. I mean, last year they were 2 1-goal games, so this Embry-Riddle team can play.
No, they can play.
And they got a crowd behind them, so listen, you can't be taking them lightly.
Yeah, they finish their hits. Their crowd is rowdy. We just
So one more thing I wanted to touch
keep it
on.
simple.
You mentioned that you're one of 2 seniors on the team.
Yep.
So how does that kind of put you in a leadership role? I know you're a captain this year as well, you and Berkey. So being a senior, like kind of guiding the younger guys, like what goes into all that?
Just showing them the ways, making sure that they understand like this is a real team, this is a real brotherhood, and don't take it for granted. We're there to do our job, and we want to make sure that we're motivating you to do yours and hopefully take over our spot.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go into the rest of your guys' schedule a little bit. You guys are doing the Savannah Classic again this year.
Yep.
So just for our audience that really doesn't know what that is, what goes on there, tell us, from someone that has no idea what the Savannah Classic is, what is the Savannah Classic?
Yeah,
Florida Gators hockey.
It's a small tournament in Savannah, Georgia. The teams are Florida, Georgia, Georgia Tech, and Tennessee. Pretty much the first game is us versus Georgia most years, and the other game is Georgia Tech versus Tennessee, and then the winner of those 2 games play in the championship for it. But man, it is awesome. I think the championship game gets like 4,000 or 5,000 people there.
Wow.
Nice.
The whole town knows
Awesome.
it. It's advertised
Really
everywhere. It's at a gorgeous rink, and yeah, it's like the highlight of the year.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's always a good time at the Savannah Classic. Looking a little bit more at your schedule, last year you guys played Tampa's D2 team. Now you're playing their D1 team.
Yeah.
They won back-to-back D1 championships. That's probably going to be a big challenge. Like, what are you guys doing to prepare for Tampa coming up? I know it's a couple weeks away, but
We know they're good, but we're good too, and we're gonna compete every day, and we're just gonna keep it simple. Our play style is very simple. We get pucks in the net, and yeah, it's just how we roll.
There you go. You also got South Carolina on the schedule again this year. They swept you guys last year. Is that something motivating y'all to get back at them this year?
And just because the SEC championships, that was like our last game of the season, and yeah, they're gonna come for us. They want revenge, pretty much.
There you go.
yeah.
I'm sure they were salty when the SEC championship was being hoisted by us. So.
Yeah, because you guys lost to them twice in the
Lost to them
regular
twice
season.
in South Carolina. Lost both games by 1 goal, and then
Damn, that must have been a long ride home, huh?
wasn't great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys drove up there, right? Did you take a bus, or did you guys all get up there individually?
We got a bus for in-state stuff. We drive our own. For out-of-state, depending how far, we get a team bus.
So talk about the commitment. Because I love that you guys the rink's pretty far from campus. So to be on this team, you gotta, like you mentioned earlier, be bought in. What's it like? In the locker room, you guys all know that it's a commitment. It's more than just a regular club that people are involved with at UF.
Everyone knows the commitment. I mean, we have guys of every major you can think of, hard and easy. There's no really easy majors, but yeah, everyone knows the sacrifice that everyone is making, and we go in there, we make sure that we're there on time, we leave quick, and we go home, and everyone on the team's time management is good. Everyone helps out if needed. So yeah, school doesn't fall behind.
Yeah, that's the most important thing for our student athletes here.
Yep.
So that's really great to hear. And as you said, I mean, the time commitment, it's a huge thing. It's also a very long season. You guys are going for months on end.
Yep.
Long. You're pretty much the same time frame as football, but you're going even past where they're at, going into second semester. So it's a really long year for you guys. So I got to give you credit where it's due there. 100%.
Yeah, and our schedule is fantastic because our president and like the people who schedule the games, they make sure that we don't have any hockey games on home game weekends because we want to tailgate and have the school experience.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
So you kind of get the best of both worlds there.
absolutely.
Yeah,
That's great.
That's really cool.
That's really good.
So last year, Connor Lee was in between the pipes for you guys, going on that long run when you guys won Natties and then won the SECs. Is he coming back for this year? He is, right?
He is.
So
we are very excited.
So that's awesome. He'll stay consistent back there. Who's joining him in the net?
The new goalie is actually a senior. Now I'm thinking about it. His name is Tyler Ure. Great guy. I'm a big fan of him. I think he's going to do well.
Okay,
We're
great.
warming up his new gloves yesterday.
There you go.
Where's he from? Where's he come from?
He is from Philadelphia, I'm pretty sure.
Philadelphia kid. All right, I like that. So him and Connor will be manning the net this year.
Yep.
For the Gators.
We're excited.
Yeah, Connor Lee was great for you guys last year.
Yeah, he was hot for about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, he made some big saves down the stretch to keep you guys in it.
Absolutely.
And then you end your season this year, so it was kind of just a late addition to the schedule. You're seeing FAU again this year.
Yes.
They were a team that you guys went back and forth with a few times last season. Ended up beating them in the final game of Natties.
Yep.
So, is that kind of like a little in-state rivalry brewing there? Or?
Absolutely, it is. We can't wait to play them.
Yeah.
We can't wait.
Did
It's
they-
on our ice, so should be good.
Both games are at home this year.
Both games are at
Because
our.
I know last year you guys had to go down south and play them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that'll be great. A little
Different fan base because we're a little far.
home
Yeah,
ice
this is
environment going. That'll be nice.
Maybe there's a possibility we get a fan bus coming.
That'd be
That'd be-
awesome.
that'd be cool.
We'll
Yeah.
tease a fan bus there from
Maybe.
the star defenseman here.
I mean, and also, you're coming from South Florida as well, right? So, and I'm sure a whole bunch of those guys on FIU are also coming from South Florida. Is there some crossover there? Some guys you've played with in the past?
Yeah, definitely. Even Harshaw is now on the team.
Oh,
But,
that's right. Yeah, he is.
But yeah, I know some guys on the team, so it's good to play against them. And
Right.
Obviously, you don't want to hit your friends, but I'm
Gotta do what you gotta
hitting
do.
my friends.
But I'm hitting my friends. You got to do it. Got to do it. All right. I think that's pretty much all we got for you. Is there anything else you want to tell the fans of Florida Gators Club Hockey before we wrap up?
Yeah, going back to back.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Let's real quick before we go, make sure to check out the Orange and Blue Sports Network on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at OBSN Gators. Daily coverage of Gator sports, as well as broadcast and podcast updates. Check out our podcast by searching for the Orange and Blue Sports Network on Apple and Spotify. And that'll do it for our first episode of Swamp Slapshot. Thank you for joining us. Good luck this weekend against Embry-Riddle, and we'll run this back every week. So we're very excited to bring this new platform to Orange and Blue Sports Network. And go Gators.
Awesome. Thanks for guys for having me.
Yeah,
We'll see you Sunday.
All right.